Hi everybody. Welcome to another week of gluten-free Friday flavors. How is everybody's coronavirus isolation going? If you hear kids in the background, that's just how it is. Especially, that's how it is most days. But hopefully all is going well with that. I will tell you a crazy experience I had. I woke up 2 mornings ago, and it almost makes me emotional talking about it too. My bed just rocking and shaking, and the loudest sound, it sounded like a freight train driving through my house. Never heard anything so loud. Knew it was an earthquake, grabbed my baby, ran to get my kids. Kind of were under the doorway for most of it, and then we ran for underneath our big wooden solid table. And then of course we get all the aftershocks, and it shook me up inside, emotionally in every way. I was worried for my kids, my family, my husband was at work. And of course it gets me thinking, I am not prepared. I am not ready, especially with gluten-free food. We've talked about it. We have some stuff in our storage downstairs, but as far as a 72-hour kit to-go bag, not ready with gluten-free food. And I would be in trouble. And you guys know that when you're limited with what you can eat, you have to really think outside the box and be prepared. And it's too bad that it took a 5.7 earthquake to remind me of this. But you better believe I have got my 72-hour kit going right now, and I'm going to show you that. Basically, I'm going to focus on the gluten-free foods that I found. So stay tuned, comment, let me know what else I should add or what you are prepared with, and hopefully this can be a good lesson for everybody. Just to be prepared, you never know. One of the first things I thought of is my dried noodles. I went and bought a bunch of these. They were super cheap, maybe $1.79, depends on where you go. I just got mine from Kroger. But these rice noodles, I mean, if you can cook them where you are, that's great. If not, you can eat them dry. I think that's a must-have in your 72-hour kit. These right here, I will tell you about them from Costco. You can see gluten-free, and hopefully I'll link them, but they're cookies and cream, which I surprised they're gluten-free. They're not my complete favorite to eat on their own, but you know what? When you need food and it's gluten-free and it's a protein type of bar, you don't care if it's like the most wonderful flavor. So today's focus on being ready and having some of those essentials. Here's another one. If you don't have or have heard of Thrive, they have some great freeze-dried items. I found this downstairs in my storage and grabbed this to put in there. It's strawberries. You can just eat them right out of the bag. It says you can add water too, but in a pinch, you can just eat them right out of the bag. So freeze-dried stuff is a great thing to have. These I took from my little girl. She loves these. Apple sauces, right, that just squirt into your mouth. But I thought, how perfect are these for a 72-hour kit, because you don't even need a spoon. You just squeeze it right into your mouth. So gluten-free. If you look on the back, it's easy to see that it's just maybe fruit and fruit juice. So something else to get nutrients and even have a little bit of fruit with you. I grabbed a bunch of these fruit snacks. We have a whole box of them we get from Costco. Fruit snacks are great, and we all know that in a 72-hour kit, it needs to be something that is preservable so that you can keep it in there. I plan on switching this out in 6 months, so you can stay tuned, but fruit snacks will last at least 6 months. So this is something I remember learning as a young child, putting together my own 72-hour kit, a bunch of hard candies, just to have some sort of something on hand that will last a while. And so I have, you can see, some butterscotch, peppermints. I just threw them in a Ziploc bag, so I had a bunch of hard candies on hand. And again, what's good about them is they're preservable for quite a long time. I found a gluten-free hot chocolate mix. Of course, it'd be nice to add water to it, but in a pinch, it's something. So a few of these is not a bad idea to have in your 72-hour kit. Okay, a few of these items are gonna weigh a little bit, but worth it, in my opinion. So I've got my broccoli and cheese soup that is gluten-free. Stick that in there, have some sort of soup, also preservable for quite a long time. Mixed nuts, just to show you the packaging, what I'm going to do is put them in a Ziploc bag. Again, I'm gonna switch things out in the next 6 months, but mixed nuts, protein, great that way. Next, ideally you go to the store and get the packages, so that's what I need to do. But right now, because I haven't done that yet and I want to get it in my bag, we're gonna have some tuna in there. So protein, can just eat it right out of the can. So I would need a can opener, and that's something I have on my list. So right now I'm just showing you my food, my gluten-free food. Stay tuned because I would like to show you everything I'm going to put in a 24 or 72-hour kit, 3-day. Here's just another brand of fruit snacks. It's a bigger pouch, also this one's from Sam's that I got in bulk. I just think that's a really good one. Lasts at least 6 months, 72-hour kit. Perfect that way. So just another idea. This is a good one. It's honestly not that heavy. It's big. It has a lot. Turkey jerky. It is gluten-free. And my husband got this one at Sam's Club. But I mean, you can order it online. There's a lot of options that way. But having jerky would be a very good thing to have. I've shown this before. This is my favorite protein drink. It's Pro 6 from Elevated Sports Nutrition, ES Nutrition, and I'll link that. But what I've done, instead of taking it like this, I have 3 days worth. I wrote on there Pro 6 Plus, 3 scoops worth, and then I found something that measured up to, this is just an old medicine measurer for my kids, and 3 scoops of this, so 1 each day, I would assume. So I have it in a plastic bag. The good thing about this is it's very hydrating. It gives you energy boost as well in case, you have to be walking somewhere. And it does say on here, as far as 1 scoop, if you're under 200 pounds, 1 scoop per 8 ounces, basically. If you're over 200 pounds, 2 scoops. So you'll just measure that out. Sorry, kids are home. You can hear them. All right, something else. Something else that you have to have plenty of. I have 4 of these bottles of water. Honestly, I need to get more. But what I'm going to get in my 72-hour kit is a filter to help with the water, because they say you should have a gallon a day, which is like 3 gallons of water, but that's so heavy. Tell them what happened 2 days ago at our house. Earthquake, and it did. It shook like that. Where were you? You were under the table, but where did Mommy come find you? In what? Tell him your what?
Bed.
Your bed. Yep. And then did it keep shaking all day? Do you remember what those are called after the earthquake?
Uh-huh.
What are they?
Aftershocks.
Say it loud so they can hear.
Aftershocks.
Aftershocks. Okay. So we're learning a lot about earthquakes now, huh? And how to be ready. Thumbs up. Say thumbs up. Mikkel, what happened a few days ago at our house? An earthquake shakes, huh? Where were you when the earthquake happened? You hid under this table too. But where did Mommy have to come grab you out of? Where were you sleeping? In her what? Crib. My crib. And did you like the earthquake?
No.
No, we didn't like it, huh? We don't want that again, but we want to be prepared, huh? And have food so that we're ready. Yeah, we do. Okay, can you give a thumbs up? Be ready. Be ready. So my goal with this is to find things that will sustain you for a while, things that will keep well, and that if you don't have to warm it up, then you'll be okay. So I would love more ideas, but this is what I have thought through and come up with. I will link it onto my blog as well if you want it written out for you. And I just encourage you don't know. This is only my 2nd earthquake. I was in one about the same size when I was 5 or 6, and I remember the bed shaking. And so to be 34 years old and have that same thing and be the mom, I'm like, okay, I'm not ready with the gluten-free food. I have a lot of other food, but gluten-free 72-hour kit, didn't have. So hopefully you're better than me, you're prepared, but if not, hopefully this can give you some ideas. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll be back next Friday with more gluten-free Friday flavors.